Welcome to the first semi-final of the Hero Under-17 Youth Cup 2022-23, where Himalayan Football Club clash against the Classic Football Academy. A massive game for two sides who like to attack and love scoring goals from free-flowing football might be on the offer this morning. The Himalayan Football Club, they've really tried to set the bar high this season for the lads in the team, and in their debut season the expectation is different. They had a month to prepare and they knew how difficult it was for all the players. The team is really young and it is a huge challenge. They look sharp and are very confident and can see a lot of surprises this morning in their gameplay. They are looking forward to this tournament and how it is going to shape them for the future endeavors. And well, their head coach Rajnish Chetri spoke to us about his plans.
Okay, so probably we are going for defensive because as our plan, we are good in defense line, so probably we are going defensive today.
Himalayan Football Club, they have shaped up in a typical 3-4-3 and they have Christian Zwala starting up front. Another big name for him, and he's made only one change to the previous game, Rajnish Chetri, making sure they're tight at the back with Vikram Singh coming in. Vaifei and Zwala continues to keep their place, and Christian Zwala, of course, will have a big game coming up against a strong defense, and it's going to be an interesting battle on the wings as well for the likes of Harsh Rathi. At the bench usually with a lot of young talents for Himalayan FC, but this is the Classic Football Academy, the Manipur-based side, to become a behind-the-scenes supporter of the players by providing the necessary equipments and resources required for improving their training process to further hone their skills and enhance their overall performance on the field. And most of the players, they hail from a humble background, with many from underprivileged sections, which sometimes becomes a deterrent to following their passion for the game.
Yeah, it was a good match. We won 7-0, but then it's over now. It's a history. So today, it's a semi-final. It's going to be a tough match again. And Himalaya is a good side, and we have seen the last match as well. So it's another day, another game, and we will give our best. And let's see what it goes again.
Genius Masangwa has gone with a 4-1-4-1, and they'll have to work harder to sustain their previous success. They have let in only one goal this term, and Zahir Khan will look to continue his decent form, and Gogocha will look to end the tournament on a high. Suraj is between the sticks today, and Classic will look to add to their tally of 13 goals already. And Samson, Rishi Singh, Bharat are the options for Classic FA this morning, and most of them will be looking to get few minutes in the semi-final. This is going to be an enthralling battle. You have got two sides with so much quality, and Classic Football Academy, for me, I think one of the most balanced side in this tournament, and defensively they've got a record. They don't concede a lot of goals, and they do have enough firepower going forward as well. The likes of Gogocha Singh and Zahir Khan and Pamei have been banging in goals. The teams are now getting ready for the walkout here at the Deccan Arena in Hyderabad. And we are just minutes away from kickoff. The first semi-final of the Hero Under-17 Youth Cup coming your way live and exclusive on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team. There's been few problems for Himalayan Football Club. We know they can score goals. They've been conceding goals as well, but fortunately they have been outscoring their opponents. Classic Football Academy, with one of the tightest defense in this tournament, not gonna make it easy for them. 5 goals that Himalayan FC have conceded, and that is a number that Rajnish Chetri will have told his players that it has to stay there for now. Looking for a clean sheet usually doesn't make that a mandate, but against teams like Classic Football Academy could well be the deciding factor. Vaifei, the skipper, his presence at the back. Defensively, they need to make sure they stop this Classic Football Academy's attacking prowess. And also Gogocha, he did add a different dimension, and maybe his presence will allow the likes of Puneet and Mohammad Arbash to be more effective and hovering around behind in the attacking third. He is the creative force that Himalayan Football Club will have to stop. The side from Himachal Pradesh looking forward to this tournament. They aim to prepare these boys for the upcoming international matches, as every game that passes by, the players are gaining more game time, which is of utmost importance at this level. And today's referee is Samson Raj, and he is assisted by Sahil Kumar and Ezil Venden. And the fourth official for today's game is Darshan MS, and the match commissioner from Kerala, K. Ravindran. An interesting story, of course, about K. Ravindran. He used to be my co-commentator in the Kerala League. And these are the two skippers, Vaifei and Anish Singh. Both of them getting a taste of playing in the semi-final for the first time in a big stage. As for Himalayan Football Club, Christian Lalthanzwala, who's been creating and having a very creative Hero Under-17 Youth Cup campaign, scoring goals rather than providing. But it is his mercurial presence that will have to be marshalled by the likes of Anish Singh and Bangsan Singh of Classic Football Academy. It's going to be a big game for both the centre-backs. First time they're playing in such a big stage, and it is important they keep it tight at the back. In Himalayan, there's going to be a lot of space for Classic Football Academy. They've got the likes of Zahid Pamei, who does a lot of running. They also like to put in those wicket deliveries, and Puneet, we know, likes to get into the box as well. So it's a big game, and Himalayan needs to make sure, especially in the first half, they do not concede goal. They need to be very adept. And just in terms of approach, Classic Football Academy can't wait. Watch, they usually like to let the game settle a bit before coming up with more attacking football. I think it would be more of the same this morning. CFA made it all the way here, and now just 90 minutes or maybe a victory away from reaching the final lap. Renedy Singh, the technical director and the former India captain, will have told them of the brunt of losing a semi-final and how to churn out a positive result under pressure. As for Rajneesh Chhetri, bringing his side to the first Hero Under-17 Youth Cup tournament, and their debut could end on quite a high. Samson Raj is ready with the whistle in his mouth, and off we go here at the Deccan Arena with the first semi-final of the Hero Under-17 Youth Cup. And well, Himalayan FC, they fought back from behind in the last game, but teams which want to win the championship needs to bounce back, and it is that ability which separates the best from the rest. Himachal and Manipur chasing the title. Christian Lalthanzwala and mate Gogocha and Anish Singh, all big names. And Himalayan's winning run began with an 8-1 victory against Kumayo Heroes in the late December, and that helped them to get this far. And so the first whistle of the weekend, and we are underway with the first semi-final. It's Classic Football Academy. Early defending to do for the boys in yellow and black. And they head into the semi-final as the clear favourites. Won 5 out of the total 6 matches that they have played so far. 3 of them during the group stages. And then on 23rd Jan, that 1-0 victory over Minerva Academy, followed by a thundering 7-0 victory over Punjab State Football Association in the quarter-final just a couple of days ago. There's an early cross sent in. Devananda called into action within the first minute and a half or so on the clock. That was the ball sent in down the right flank. And the number 17 of Classic Football Academy, Zahir Khan, was interested for it. Seems like Devananda has injured himself in the process. He was brilliant for Himalayan Football Club in the quarter-final. against Gandhinagar. Stopped 3 penalty shots. One in the sudden death as well, which proved to be the most vital one. Here is Rajneesh Chhetri looking on intently. The team looks prepared ever since he's joined the side. Got the first 11 right, got the tactics right, and getting result as well. His boy is playing the brand of football that he wanted to play. And here is Genius Mashangwa. He's been with the side for quite some time now. The man who comes from Ukrul, upper part of Manipur, and about 100 kilometers drive from Imphal. Renedy Singh, the former India captain, is the technical director, who will be appearing for his AFC Pro license exams 3rd module shortly. Previously with East Bengal in the Hero ISL. Was also appointed as the interim head coach last year when Manolo Diaz stepped down as a head coach. This is the incident. This is how he awkward landing. Look at that on his right foot. These are one of the challenges of playing in the AstroTurf. The second last stage, of course. This is the time the last 4 have a chance to have a shot at the silverware. Rajneesh mentioning that failure to break down 10 men Gandhinagar was a bit disappointing. Surely they can do a lot more better, and they will start wanting to look up to the final spot. And Tarun, he had an excellent game, the number 38, putting it on a plate against Gandhinagar, along with the sharp Benjoy Zwala. Classic Football Academy will be looking for a lot more, like they had against Punjab State FA. But they must remember to not make any mistakes as their opponents did, the first of which was complacency. Rajneesh Chhetri has seemed very confident, especially in his pre-match attitude and the way he has spoken to the media, mentioning that Himalayan on the cusp of a new era, and they are looking for continuation of that fairy tale run. And down the line, and off goes the number 23, Harsh Rathi, who is getting a start today. And the youngster will want to make his presence felt. Another youngster getting a start in the playing 11. You always want to leave an early impression, and that will be in Harsh Rathi's mind. And throw in for Himalayan FC Kinnaur. It is Benjoy with the throw in, opting to go short, coming off a yellow shirt. It's still bobbling around in the area. And now classic football can break. Zahir Khan, Gogocha, the side's top goal scorer. He's on 5 goals, including a hat-trick in the quarter-final. And Zahir Khan, the number 17, is another interesting prospect. He scored the winner against East Bengal on 31st December at the Sai ground in Imphal on the 93rd minute mark. And that was Classic Football's last group game, which ensured their top spot in Group D. And wrong footing his marker, playing a clever ball inside the box. The crossing got to be a lot more better from the number 19, Pamey. Look at that move. Beautiful exchange. Just unlocking Himalayan Football Club's left channel very quickly. Promising signs already from Classic Football Academy. Will the two coaches who like to take the game by the neck, playing attacking football always, concentrate in getting one more goal than the other side? So here comes the stars then. Renedy and his team walk into the first semi-final. Will know that feeling. They know what it's like to play against Himalayan FC. And they know how difficult is it to win it. We'll find out over the course of the next 90 minutes, and it is only fair that Himalayan would want to be their first blip. They're used to playing a lot more of their games on compact pitches, the team in yellow. So there's no complaint about the amount of space, and also spoke about the bounce and how that is one of the challenges of playing in AstroTurf as well. And everywhere you go, there's a different feel to the grass, different bounce, the different challenges of the conditions, has a lot of ground to cover. It's all about keeping possession. It's so important in matches like this when you are coming up against quality oppositions. The offside flag going up against Gogocha, who is on his bike, and on the right hand side he's been ever so busy the first 10 minutes, trying to make a dent in the Himalayan defense, who've conceded 5 goals in this tournament. Classic Football Academy, on the flip side, is a side with most number of clean sheets in this competition, 5 under their belt. The move breaks down. They can spring on a quick counter. Zahir, his attempted pass is slightly deflected. It was bobbling inside the center circle. Capitalizing on the poor touch of Zahir Khan. And here comes Himalayan football. He's got a yards advantage over the number 23 is the number 3 of Classic Football Academy, Bangsan Singh. And Harsh Rathi in the opening stages, searching like a raider. You just want to make them work for the ball, let them make mistakes. Classic are a side who keep the ball really well. They play an attacking brand of football. So Himalayan need to keep it tight at the back. Deep inside a Classic territory. 4 red shirts. But the plan didn't work out. It was foiled by Classic's Yaifa. Playing on the right hand side of defense. But meanwhile it's Zahir Khan. The first time ball was inviting. Chesting it down wonderfully. And Mohammad Arbash keeps going and brings a corner for his side. And look at that, both the number 10s getting involved. It's going to be a very interesting battle. Lunben Joy of Himalayan doing his share of defensive duty. And that is quite the mandate in modern football. If you are a winger especially, you've got to track back and protect your fullback as well. Here comes the corner. The whistle has gone before that. Maybe a hint of a foul. So free kick for Himalayan. Let's have a look at the incident. The flag immediately went up from the assistant referee. He has seen something which he didn't like. And momentary interruption in the play. And now Himalayan trying to play out from behind. Shaped up in a classic 3-4-3. They're switching it to the left. Early ball in just on the edge of the 6-yard box. And it's Suraj who is commanding in that particular position. The 6-yard is usually the keeper's zone. Just a couple of red shirts hovering on the edge of the penalty area. A mate just losing control of the ball. On the Himalayan side, they did suffer for playing football in one half and then switching off in the other. But the trends they are producing only point towards inconsistency. They score and concede mostly in the second half. Their focus and concentration dwindling. And Classic Football Academy, they know how to respond on sports. It's about how you bounce back. And today will be a test of character, among other things. As Classic Football Academy try to formulate something down the right. They're getting numbers forward, as well as tracking back in as a collective unit. They are a spirited side. Played throughout the tournament like a well-oiled machine. They scored 13 goals in 6 matches. Started their campaign with a 0-0 draw against their northeastern rivals, Shillong Lajong. Then that 1-0 win over Jamshedpur laid the foundation of their campaign. Now the message in the dressing room must have been clear. Win at all cost and give yourself a chance. Even the faintest glimmer will help. And form and football style-wise, you may still favor Classic Football Academy, but there would be a milestone for the likes of Benjoy, Mate and Christian if they score against Classic today. And Renedy Singh very vocal from the technical area. A very, very animated character. We saw that during the Hero ISL as well. A very steady start from both the sides. Himalayan Football Club tasting waters early on. And the number 6 looking to take on a yellow shirt. Showed a bit too much of the ball. Misao was the man. Here comes Classic. The cross is low and hard, and the shot is completely scuffed by their number 10, Mohammad Arbash. But good move, this one. From the Manipur-based side, Gogocha. And then that cross on the edge of the 18-yard box. Couldn't wrap his left foot around the ball well enough. And that is one lesson he's got to take from that particular move, Mohammad Arbash, and hopefully next time he will do a lot more better. I couldn't keep that one in play. Well, we've seen the teams being cautious at times, and we've seen them being adventurous. Today, though, Renedy has gone all out in terms of picking the best 11. No hold. He's got Gogocha. He's got Anish and Bangsan Singh, Hangshing as well, who comes into the side. So it's going to be a clash where intention matters, skill matters, where size matters, because Himalayan FC, with all their tall boys in there, the team in red. On the flip side, they are more than Christian Laltazwala, of course, with the wealth of the attacking options. But it will be his composure and experience key to winning titles. A gentle push on the occasion by Haukip. A free kick, a taken shot. Here comes Classic. Looked into the box, it's a good looking ball. Keeper comes out, gets something on it. There should be no problems for Himalayan. Losing out possession inside their own territory. Very patient, very composed. Classic Football Academy. Arbash and Puneet looking to pull the strings from midfield. A lovely interplay from Classic Football Academy. Puneet looking for space to shoot. Here comes the ball in. A good clean catch from Devananda. The Classic FA and their entire youth setup that continuously supplies a lot of talent to Indian football. It is an example for a lot of clubs in India how to manage. Earlier there used to be a youth system, but there was no youth structure. But today All India Football Federation has come up with a youth structure at the youth level with the under 13, under 15 and 18s. And all these teams participate in that local talent hunts and try to be the supply chain to the senior side. And that is something that we want Indian football to go through. Now in a lot of space on the far left is Hangshing. Laid behind Puneet in a central position. Just lost sight of the ball, shaping up for a shot and changing his game plan. A nice little reverse pass, but a couple of red shirts quickly onto it. The defensive organization has been brilliant so far from Rajneesh Chhetri. And just plugging all the gaps. They're playing a diamond shape in midfield. Tarun and Haukip, the two central midfielders, and the likes of Lunben Joy and Misao. Also attacking infield, which gives a lot of space down the flanks for the opposition to exploit. Playing in a 3-4-3, you mean you have always three attacking players up front even whilst defending, and that allows the counter-attacking play to thrive. And due to the unique layout of this formation, you can have up to 8 players attacking at once while in possession of the ball. The likes of Lunben Joy and Misao, time and again you'll see them dropping back to reinforce the defense. While getting into their defensive transition, it becomes a 5-2-3. The wing backs, they join into the back four to reinforce the defense. Sloppy defending meanwhile from Classic. The whistle has gone. Getting deceived by the bounce was Anish Singh. And apart from being a good centre back, he's also quite adept in scoring goals as well. He scored a brace, in fact, against Punjab in the quarterfinals. Anish, Samsung and Zahir Khan, all of them with a couple of goals each. Gogocha on 5 and Christian Laltanzwala on 7. Mate on 5. In order to bluster their attacking unit, Rajneesh Chhetri bringing in Harsh Rathi. Hasn't been involved in the game yet. The onus will be on the likes of Tarun and Haukip to bring him into the game. Here is Mate shifting onto the wings, allowing the likes of Haukip to operate down the center and make that unmarked run inside the box. Is more of a poster playing up top, Haukip, whereas Tarun likes to dictate play from deep. Tarun has got a perfect foil in Haukip, who has the ability to attack and defend with equal intervals. And meanwhile, Classic Football Academy was making inroads inside the box. Makes a hash of it, Zahir Khan. A casual approach from the Himalayan FC defenders. They can't afford to do that. Gogocha, Puneet, and now Arbash. Arbash from distance has gone wide. Arbash with the attempt, had the time, had the space to pick out a pass as well, but he was well within his rights to shoot. Very tempting from that sort of a distance. He was well within shooting range, but opting to go with his weak left foot, which is why he couldn't catch the ball well and probably generated half the power. Himalayan planning to make an early change. It seems like Bhaskar Chetri will be coming on, and Harsh Rathi not been involved in the game yet. That is what Rajneesh Chetri has quickly noticed. I do not want to take any kind of risk whatsoever. It is a big stage. So tried and tested. And Bhaskar Chetri will be replacing Harsh Chetri. Harsh Rathi rather. In terms of pre-season, a lot of chatter about the number of scouting they have got. A classic FA, not just within the state, but even from within India as well. And surely we will see more players. There is a mate who did very well for them. Dashrath as well, another player of Himalayan who is on the bench, an excellent player to call upon in case there are loss in front of goal. Looks slightly dejected, Harsh Rathi. His hamstring is still troubling Devananda. Oh, won it in a great area. The team in blue. And there's a card offense foul from Bhaskar. His first contribution, giving away a free kick. Look at that. And that was a clear stamping. His extended left foot, there it is, makes contact with Puneet. Over the course, these matches are just a teaser because the team's gonna strengthen, the team's gonna form, reshape, and tactics takes a completely different approach as well in terms of how they go about winning a game, especially when it will be at the final. And Classic have the most amazing support. Let me tell you, the love and passion they shower are immense. And is certain that their presence makes for an electrifying atmosphere in all of their home games. We saw that during the group stages in Imphal, and serves as a great motivation for the players to perform, especially since they are all youth products. Zahir Khan's delivery, finding his intended target, Gogocha in the mix, but his first touch deserts him. Will look to get the move going. A chance for Classic Football Academy to repair this attack. Here comes Gogocha. He's got two to aim at. His low cross, easily defended. A corner kick for Classic Football Academy. And Gogocha will be looking to make this one count. Here comes the corner. Keeper called into action. is still alive in the area. Redelivered towards the back post. And there's the knockback in the center. Falls to a red shirt. Is hoisted upfield. A mistimed clearance from Classic Football Academy's Bangsan Singh. And throw in favor of Himalayan. The aim is, of course, is to get off to a good start and achieve a positive result in each game they play, as they hope to win the coveted silverware. Rajneesh Chetri proclaimed before the last game that they will not be happy with victories in tie-breaker. But the way they played seemed only one side was interested in passing the ball. And Gandhinagar couldn't escape that day with some scrappy football. But today, however, they have two teams. They like passing it around and they like making football look pretty and hard to separate, as Classic of FA finally try and make up ground on their rivals. Finding a lot of joy down the left channel. There's that heavy touch from Puneet. Recovers well. A cover from Mate. Finding each other pretty well. The yellow shirts. And they stay together. And the Classic Grand campus. And the Classic group, of course, aiding the infrastructural aids, keeping the side together, providing them a high level training and education. At Chingmerong in Imphal, that is where the players stay, inside the campus of Classic Grande Hotel. And so is the first water break of the day, the first semi-final between Himalayan Football Club and Classic Football Academy. It's still 0-0. No such clear-cut scoring opportunities apart from a shot from Mohammad Arbash. His left footer from the edge of the penalty area, which was a timid attempt. And apart from that, nothing going forward from the designated home team of the day, Himalayan Football Club. They got to involve their strikers, Mate and Christian Zwala, a lot more during the build-up play. Classic also making a change. The number 19, Pamei, seems like has been taken off. Both the head coaches tinkering in the first half as the number 12, Samson, comes on. He started the previous game against Punjab. The youngster has scored a couple of goals. One against Guwahati Town Club. Helped his side to register a 3-1 victory. Has scored the winner against Jamshedpur. Which shows that they have a lot of goal scoring options, aren't they? Five wins already for both the sides, settling in very well into their shape, and not much has changed in the way they move forward, but more defensive solidity has been seen, especially from Himalayan FC. Seems like Devananda won't be able to continue. A new keeper comes on. A forced A change made by Rajneesh Chhetri. Might not be in his plans, this one. Rajneesh Chhetri has been unlucky at times, but however, looks like a very enterprising coach. And here is Zwala. He hasn't changed much here in the back line. Changes made by Rajneesh are forced due to injury. Maybe he would have started with the same lineup he started in the previous games. A 7th game in a row for Classics. Gogocha make sure he continues playing down the middle. It's been same with Zahir Khan as well. Lots of improvement with his final product. But that productivity hardly been visible this morning. It's been a pretty tactical game. Both the sides very watchful before dipping their toes into the water. And there's a high ball meant for the number 12, who almost got there. But the full back is Zwala getting there first. And now in corner duties, Mohammad Arbash. Here comes the corner. There's the setup. And a snapshot just goes over the crossbar. First real goal scoring opportunity falling to the Classic Football Academy. And that was Zahir Khan. He should have made it 1-0 from that sort of a distance. He's got to make that one count from that sort of a distance. A chance, they have to grab the chances with both hands that come their way. They won't get too many of them, especially in a game of this stature. Himalayan Football Club refrain from going all out. They are aware of the attacking prowess that Classic Football Academy possesses. But nicked away by mate. Looking for support. Bhaskar Chhetri. Getting the return. Still Bhaskar. Crowded out. Picking up the loose piece. Here is Haukip spreading it to the left wing. A well-timed shoulder barge from Yaifa. With the speed he came in. Well-timed. This was the change. A much anticipated one. Akash Kotwal comes on for Devananda. And the dreams that really come true, they say, and the fairy tales are what we love to see. And we are almost on the verge of witnessing another fairy tale being written. A story that just states the beginning of something new, of something big and something that would keep a mark in the history books. The wonderful landscapes of the beautiful state of Himachal Pradesh and Himalayan FC stands tall and handsome and are racing towards the final. To more surprise, the team is still unbeaten with 5 wins in this competition, in search of their 6th one. There are a few yellow shirts loitering around. Keeper comes out and he fumbles and draws the foul in his favor. Akash Kotwal, a nervy start for the number 22. his first involvement in this game. Had a man on him in yellow. Building up down the right flank, Classic Football Academy. Through their number 12. Samson kept in play by Zahir. And now pulls it back. Disappointing in the end. Went for the difficult pass when there was simpler options. Trying to seek out for Puneet. A throw in taken very quickly. Trying to get past Waifei. Been unsuccessful. But there's the cross. A decent one at the back post. Gogocha was present. Will there be a foul? Yes, it is. He's brought down. Mohammad Arbash, Classic Football Academy's a creative midfielder. Tarun Kumar is the man guilty on this occasion. We haven't seen those long balls yet from Himalayan, all the way from the back line as yet. A free kick from a very good position for Classic Football Academy. Arbash goes for it. Oh, what's the mistake from the keeper? And it's been turned in. A goalkeeping howler from Akash. And he had to pay the price. Zahir Khan nets his third of this competition. And Classic Football Academy are 1-0 ahead in the semi-final. And almost a gift for Zahir Khan from the goalkeeper Akash, who looked very, very nervy ever since he's come on. And a vital mistake from Akash Kotwal. Proving to be the difference between the two sides in the first 40 minutes. Still 5 minutes of regulation time remaining in this half. Now it's all up to Himalayan Football Club to take the game to the Classic Football Academy side. Awful goalkeeping from Akash. He will want to forget that. But it do happen to every player. Even the world-class goalkeepers, they do commit a mistake. It's all about how quickly you learn from it. Hopefully, in the near future, we'll see a much improved performance from Akash between the sticks for Himalayan. He needs to put that behind him now and get on with the game. Well, the game is still not beyond the Himalayan Football Club's reach. They did go down against Gandhinagar as well, if you remember, in the quarter-final. But they responded in an ecstatic fashion in the second half. They are a side who likes to bounce back in the second half. They've scored 12 goals in the second half out of their total 16. And at least 10 of them are coming in the last 30 minutes of the match. Encouraging numbers. Meanwhile, they have to stop this attack. Zuala on that occasion stifles the move, making sure there's no progress down the right. Domination was the name of the game. And with back-to-back score lines of 8-0, 2-0 and 2-1, Rajneesh Chetri boys were on a mission right from the start. The journey so far has been a memorable one, with confidence oozing around in the atmosphere of the Himalayan camp. But now it's all down to passion and character. Do they have the courage and the bravery to fight back? They've shown a lot of courage and promise against Gandhinagar, and they will be looking for the repetition of the same. Clattering onto a yellow shirt, the referee waves play on. Here is Gogocha, beautiful footwork away from his marker. Samson in front of him, Samson with the cross in, and here comes the shot in. Once again whistled over the bar. They are leaving dangerously, Himalayan Football Club at the back. And Mohammad Arbash once again looking to trouble the Himachali side with his left foot. What makes this Classic Football Academy team dangerous is that, unlike any other team, we'll come back to that, had to come a long way out, Akash Kotwal, to arrest the situation. The danger is still lurking though. A clever ball in towards the goal scorer, Zahir Khan, who shields it, looks into the box and delivers the cross just outside for Arbash. And there's the cutback coming off a red shirt. And easy in the end for the goalkeeper. As I was mentioning, what makes this Classic Football Academy team dangerous is that they aren't dependent on one specific player to deliver. They are a team of equally talented and quality players who on their day have the potential to win matches on their ability as a team. And teamwork has been the key to their success. As their coach always says, comfortably working the ball out of the danger areas. This has been the hallmark of the gameplay. Classic Football Academy, they are making all the headlines in the Hero Under-17 Youth Cup. Additional time of 5 minutes. A lot of minutes were being taken in treating Devananda in the early minute of the match. Can he make something happen from here? Christian Zwala has been very quiet in the first half. Gogocha, still Gogocha with the run, flashed across the face of goal, and that was almost fizzing in. No one challenging him, just allowing him to head towards the final third and take that shot. Completely unmarked attempt from Classics number 7. And on the cusp of half time, he could have doubled the money for Classic Football Academy. And Renedy Singh certainly is not happy with the referee's decision on that occasion. Not too much distance on that clearance, but the rub of the green going Classic Football Academy as well. All the touches, all the flicks are falling onto a yellow shirt. Here is the midfield metronome mate, the side's defensive midfielder. And not on the same wavelength. Just holding up his rung. Puneet is sensing he would be offside. almost caught in possession. Christian Zwala has been not allowed space to turn. Venedi Singh so far tactically he's got everything right in the first half. Their defense not been troubled much in the first half. Another proactive running from Zahir. He's got Haukip for company. Zahir cutting inside. And then running straight into a red shirt. Sending in a floater from deep. Just too long for Gogocha to chase. It's been a combined effort so far from the players and the head coaching management. Even the staffs and everyone involved in the process. An unbreakable bond on and off the pitch. The goalkeepers and the defense have managed to keep 5 clean sheets in 7 matches. The bench strength is as remarkable as the ones on the pitch each match day. As we have seen so far, witnessed almost an average of 1 substitute scoring a goal per game, which is a stat any coach would love to have. And that sums up a Classic Football Academy's campaign so far. But still a long, long way to go. Another crucial 45 minutes lie ahead of them. And such is the sport, the color and complexion of the game can change in a hurry. Winning the physical battle, Gogocha. He's got Zahir inside him, Gogocha. Layoff for Puneet. Will it go from distance, Puneet? Playing it forward. Seen that pass. And blocking it very quickly. Vaifei, the Himalayan skipper. That's a decent move from Himalayan. The flag has stayed down. Mate with the ball in. Headed away to safety. Bangsan Singh with the header. Zahir losing out to Benjoy. Gogocha. Gogocha with a hopeful ball towards the far side. And approaching towards the box was Arbash. Has been put into touch for a throw-in. Here they come once again. Last few seconds remaining, and that's the half-time whistle from Samson Raj. It's been a very timid game of football the first 45 minutes. Timid in terms of creating chances. Classic Football Academy deservingly in a 1-goal lead. All the chances that have been produced in the first half have come from the boys in yellow. And Himalayan Football Club, they are on the opposite end of that spectrum. And they will have to go back to the drawing board and regroup and rethink their game plan when they step onto the pitch for the second half. And these are the first half highlights. Lots of crossing inside the box, and Devananda picking up an early injury. Hamstring issues, had to be subbed out. Arbash has been very threatening in the first half. A couple of shots with his left foot, and this was the one. A howler from the reserve goalkeeper Akash Kotwal, who came on as a replacement of Devananda, making a big mistake and quickly capitalizing on it. Zahir Khan making no mistake. And that is how the first half has ended. A couple of moves from Himalayan Football Club and not bearing any fruit. So when we come back after the break, it's going to be the second half. Welcome back. You're watching the Hero Under 17 Youth Cup 2022-23 live on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team from the Deccan Arena in Hyderabad. 1-0 at half time. First half saw a seesaw battle. And a game of football is all about taking chances. In Classic Football Academy, the team in yellow have made it count in the first half. The two teams that stand for energy, tactical innovation and youth development. An absolutely brilliant pitch. Both the teams going to dish out some quality football, hopefully, in the second 45 minutes. Good passing, good support. Both the coaches have really expressed that the opponents are strong and they have to challenge this. And now Prakash Kumar has been introduced in the game. Vikram Singh making way for him, and Prakash was a regular starter for Himalayan Football Club in this tournament. I wonder what made Rajneesh Chhetri to tinker with his back line. It is one area, one part of the pitch where the head coaches do not prefer tinkering much. Maybe the youngster is carrying a slight niggle, which is why opted Rajneesh Chhetri to go with Vikram Singh this morning. Straight away falling onto it, his Classic Football Academy. And now Zahir Khan, twisting and turning. He's got silky skills, comes inside, picks out Gogocha. Gogocha on the turn, spreading it to the right. And now a teasing cross comes in. Chested down, Flagger stayed down. And it has gone into the back of the net. And Classic Football Academy have doubled their lead. And it is their number 7, Gogocha, netting his 6th of the competition. And Classic Football Academy have doubled their money here in the Deccan Arena in Hyderabad. Their target man on the score sheet. And Akash did get his hand onto it, but wasn't enough from preventing the ball from going in. A blistering start to the second 45 by Classic Football Academy. A breakneck beginning to the second 45. Seems like the game is slowly and steadily slipping out of Himalayan's grip. In commanding position, Classic, here they come once more. It's gone out. And finally some respite for the Himalayan defense. A much more relaxed technical area now. Sitting pretty on a 2-0 lead. Via goals from Zahir Khan in the first half and Gogocha. There he is, Gogocha looking good for his third. Still alive, and 3-0 for Classic Football Academy. Raining goals here. 2 goals within 2.5 odd minutes into the second half. Gogocha, he is on fire. Fires one low, draws a save out of the goalkeeper. Look at that, the way he took on Vaifei, the Himalayan skipper. And then the rebound, just dropping into the 6-yard box. The number 10, Mohammad Arbash, says thank you very much and pounces onto it like a tiger to make it 3-0. Himalayan Football Club shell-shocked. The floodgates have opened. They are hungry for more. Classic Football Academy committing men forward from the right once more. This time just trying to do a bit too much on his own. The number 12, Samson. A clear dominance from the boys in yellow. Quickly tackled on that occasion. On the move, Himalayan. Can they pull one back and find some kind of positivity going forward? They might look at this man, mate. Cross from deep, keeper has come out. And a clash between the two. Cleaning up the danger. The classic defense. Suraj haven't been tested so far in this game. Apart from a couple of crosses that he had to come out and grab. This is a diving header. Back-to-back chances for Classic. A dream start. I wonder what Renedy Singh must have said to his boys during the lemon break. They're going out, all guns blazing. Firing on all cylinders here. Himalayan Football Club completely knocked out of their strides. And it is the team from Manipur who are calling shots at the moment. Himalayan FC disconsolate. Their midfield looks disjointed. And their defense in complete disarray. Can he make the scoreline respectable? And they have pulled one back. It is the tournament's top goal scorer, Christian Lalthazwala. Pulling one back for Himalayan Football Club. 3 goals already within the first 5 minutes of the second half. Managing to get that one through between the legs of the goalkeeper. And Christian with his 8th strike of the tournament. And is 3-1. Still plenty of time left in this game. Can they turn the table around? 3-1, tell you what, sometimes can be a very, very tricky scoreline. If they go on to score another, it's going to be an absolute blockbuster of this game. This match has all the ingredients of a great football match. Dramatic action, scintillating display. And with that in mind, the quest continues for Classic Football Academy. Settled and confident. Their job is to make sure that they see it off. This score line will be already disappointing for Himalayan. They can only make it better from here on. Lunben Joy on free kick. Can the Himachali side make it 3-2? A difficult ask from Bhaskar Chetri. That was a difficult header to execute. And now over the top for Arbash, who is in a foot race with Parkash. And eventually winning the race. Punit. On to the number 30. Hangshing. The Classic Football Academy on the move once again. Another fumble from Akash. They are on the back foot. The team in red at the moment. And if you are a Classic Football Academy fan, then there is a plenty of reason to smile about in the city of Nizams. Let's see what strategy they will apply. The remaining 37 minutes of this game. And Himalayan Football Club need to do a whole lot more if they are to change the scoreline. They got to gain momentum very soon. I wonder what Rajneesh Chetri will have told his troops at half-time to buck them up. Body language frustrated with themselves, annoyed with themselves. They need to show they don't resign this fight. They don't give up easily. We have seen big leads overhauled in the past as well in the Hero Youth Cup. We may go on and predict the bigger leagues around the world, but never make the mistake of predicting the Hero Under-17 Youth Cup. It's never over till it's over. Coming into a central position was Zahir. And on this occasion, his midfield partner tried to bail him out, but outnumbered in the end. And not enough on that header for clearance. And in the end, Bangsan Singh getting a lot of distance on that, turning defense into attack in the blink of an eye. A cross from Zahir, and saw the keeper slightly advanced. Couldn't execute his shot on this occasion. It was more of a shot come cross. Caught up in two minds, the youngster, in the end picking out the wrong one. Renedy Singh, the former India captain, started football school in Imphal 4 years ago. The name of his school was Renedy Football School. More or less 300 kids started training. And as the school grew gradually, Renedy said he was thankful to the classic group of hotels that came forward with financial assistance to take the school to the next level. So with the name of the school changing to Classic Football Academy, with more centers around Imphal have begun. And the number of kids started from 6 years to 19 has increased from 300 to 450, and 120 talented boys are scouted by Renedy for its elite center. And now a boy in yellow is lying down injured. He seems to be in a lot of agony. The number 3, Bangsan Singh, has been a pillar of strength in the defensive unit of Classic Football Academy. Cool as a cucumber, calm and composed, and always getting there one step ahead than the attackers. This has been the difference between the two teams when it comes to defending and when it comes to maintaining the shape at the back. Absolutely superb display from Classic Football Academy. They've conceded only 2 goals in this tournament in 6.5 games. A remarkable achievement. Renedy Singh, a very astute tactician. We saw his technical masterclass during the Hero ISL as well. He was at the helm of East Bengal. Now it's all about managing the game, controlling the tempo, slow it down, keep the ball among themselves, make sure the Himalayan football clubs get minimal touches on the ball. And the club formed by the name of Classic Football Academy, and they play in the Manipur Premier League next season. They've won the 2nd division of the state's showpiece competition, and they want the academy takes part in the top flight of Indian football at the senior level as well. Very comfortable Classic Football Academy. The ball has been stolen away by Mate. He's surrounded by 3 players. Leaves it for the number 6. Need to get some quality in the middle. But Tarun has been hustled off. 3 yellow shirts quickly closing him down. And making sure he do not get the feel of the ball. Now Tarun. Dispossessed quite comfortably. We'll see top-level footballers, not just in India, but even abroad. Timing of the run and the bend that they apply last minute. All tactics are slightly cunning, but always effective and within the rules of the game. Slightly clumsy on that occasion. This is another big issue with the Himalayan FC side. They got to avoid committing free kicks in dangerous positions, as this classic football academy side can be ruthless from dead ball. We are just minutes away from the 60th minute mark here at the Deccan Arena. A wayward free kick, completely wasted. Randy Singh always with that serious facial expression. He's never happy. He always in search of more from his boys. He knows they are capable of producing a lot better than what they have produced so far. On the back of his mind, he must have wanted to keep a clean sheet, but that plan has been foiled for the time being. Very instrumental in Classics midfield. The number 6 mate, Puneet, and Mohammad Arbash was making those dazzling runs into the box. There's the example of another one. Put out from the danger zone and back in from 25 yards out. Just sliced away by mate, one of the deepest sitting midfielders, moving up into the attacking area, unleashing a pile driver. Did try to get his laces through it, not succeeding on this occasion. But the youngster needs to keep trying. He saw the gap, and that gate quickly closed down by Classics number 3, Bangsan Singh. The lack of haste is very refreshing in the Hero Under-17 Youth Cup, especially the ability to keep the ball for longer periods. 62nd minutes gone, the warning shots fired by either sides. Still a slow burner though, but we expect the spaces to open up. Mistakes will happen. The stands also slowly and steadily filling up, walking up from their groggy Tuesday morning. And Tarun and Benjoy and Misao, these players must not have had a very eventful Tuesday morning, and it happens to be the same this morning as well. But if they manage to pull this game off, it can turn into a celebration that will be the message from the manager as well, that get me a win and you get an off day. The mountain is getting steeper for the boys in red. It is the Classic Football Academy running rings around the Himalayan side. And those 3 quick goals just knocking the sails out of their strides. Very comfortable in keeping the ball among themselves. Himalayan seems like not interested for that high press, a slightly conservative approach. Here is Prakash on your screen. A very dependable right back. Been introduced by Rajneesh in the second half. Both the wingers of Classic Football Academy, Samson and Zahir Khan, just wrapping the likes of Zuala and Parkash around their little fingers. They've had a devastating effect, an impact rather, on this game. He will be disappointed with the second half start. Classic football simply toying with the Himalayan defense. And now it's a regular thing to see the northeastern teams, they come up against other northeastern players at other clubs. Such a hub for talent even today. And few players that Rajneesh has opted to come from that northeastern part of India. We saw in the last game how Gandhinagar switched to a 3-5-2, pushing one defender up. And he has caused a lot of damage. And such tactical changes, when they work, I think it's important even for the Hero Youth Cup, where managers, they come in, they try new things and experiment in game. When it works, it's even more better. And this was a decent cross sent in, an acrobatic attempt from Bhaskar Chetri. Just failed to make any proper contact. That could have been a spectacular goal had that gone in. Is Bharat coming on for Classic Football Academy.
Man to man, man to man.
And that is that for Zahir Khan. It seems like he's done his job. With a beautiful ball inside, a 50-50 situation. This time the goalkeeper comes out on top. That was the 50-50 clash that guyed on with the chest from Puneet. Both the keeper and the attacker getting involved. And the former coming out injured in that battle of attrition.
Man on, man on.
A fine takedown. Coming away with the ball is Misau. Misau keeps going. Past couple of markers. Misau with the cross. This time managing to test the Classic Football Academy defense for the third time in this game. The first one led to a goal from Christian Lalthazwala, and then that spectacular try from Bhaskar Chetri, which went wide, and this cross. And the defenders had to stretch. They need more crosses of that quality. Lot of space afforded to Classic Football Academy in and around that 20 yards zone. And now into the feet of Arbash. Trying to get to the byline was the number 8, Puneet. Quickly closed down. Vaifei getting across.
Nice, nice, nice. Man to man, man to man.
What would be his plan for the remaining 22 minutes? The Classic Football Academy, they've been purposeful, especially in the second half. Into the side netting. In the second half, they completely look like a team cut from a different piece of cloth, which wasn't the case in the first 45. Tried to play in Gogocha. The offside flag is up against the youngster. Releasing the ball just a half a second too early. A mate, he seems to be a man on a mission in this tournament. And meanwhile, Their spirits seem to be dampened. It's enveloped in gloom. Classic Football Academy have trapped them in a web. And the young boys from Himachal Pradesh struggling to entangle that web. That was that attempted through pass. He was flagged off. Gogocha. Randy Singh showing more adventure today. The first half has been very cagey, cancelling each other out, trying to pass it. It's not like it's scrappy. Not like we've seen too many clearances, aerial deliveries, trying to pass it. But when two passing teams meet, you can figure out how they're gonna go forward, close down the spaces, and that is also something that could make a very tactical game of football. And game awareness also comes from knowing your teammates very well, where they will move the traits, where they like the ball into the feet or on the head. A classic once more, Gogocha. Gogocha still with the ball. Gets the cross away, but it was too close to the goalkeeper. He was harassed literally by the Himalayan skipper, Vaifei. In offside position, easy. Acknowledged by the assistant referee. So time ticking away for Himalayan Football Club. They can still make it interesting if they go on to score another one and make it 3-2. It's still not fully over yet. They are still in with a shout as far as the score line is within their reach. But they need to get a goal quickly, probably in the next 4-5 minutes, to stand a chance of any kind of fight back into this game. Scrappy affair down there. Very unlikely of a classic academy team. They represent the state of Manipur, which has given birth to all the stalwarts of Indian football, and one in their dugout as well in Randy Singh, the former India skipper, David Beckham of Indian football. The second drinks break of the first semi-final. We've had 4 goals in this game, 3 in the second half. We'll try and show you. This was the first one. Keeper making a meal of it from Arbash's free kick, turned in by Zahir. And this was the second one, turned in quite comfortably by the on-rushing number 7, Gogocha. And Gogocha once again, this time turning provider. Himalayan Football Club pulling one back. A very good cross in from Mate. Converted nicely by Christian Lalthazwala, the tournament's top goal scorer. And the second semi-final coming up tomorrow. That is going to be a 3 p.m. kickoff between Chennai FC and Sudeva Delhi FC. And that is going to be quite some game. Do not forget to tune in to the YouTube channel of the Indian football team. Just spread the word in social media. We are live in YouTube. We'll come back on 31st with the final as well. And Classic Football Academy for the time being looks to be the first entrance into the final of the Hero Under-17 Youth Cup 2022-23 season. It's been an absolute spectacle, this tournament. It's been a testament to the quality evident on the pitch. All the young boys getting exposure of playing football the right way. Coming up against each other, surely going to raise their games. And getting known to different kind of tactics and different ways to look into the game and different approaches. Each coach has its own style of play. It's all about blending quickly with the style. It's a good through ball, nicely cut out. That gap was very tempting. Rightly spotted on that occasion by Haukip. Bangsan Singh was alert to the danger. As that tried to slip in Bhaskar Chetri. His boot straight into the head of Suraj. The youngster needs medical treatment. The referee rightfully seeks for medical intervention. Almost one-on-one with the keeper. But Bangsan Singh getting in the way. Hasn't put a foot wrong in this game, the number 3. A collective defensive performance from Classic Football Academy, apart from one occasion when their defense was breached by Christian Zwala. Gogocha over the top now. Long chase for Mohammad Arbash. He's got Parkash to deal with. Arbash just showed a bit too much of the ball to the youngster. Classic Football Academy, they do commit a lot of offside, bit of running off the ball, training required. Renedy Singh will be seeing that, and probably worth for some of the journalists to ask him if enough is being done to beat the offside trap. Very interesting to hear what he has to say on that. Lot of energy on the midfield from Puneet and Arbash, both classic players. Both of them are box to box, and neither of them likes to sit behind. There's no sitting back from this Classic Academy side. The classical so far in Deccan Arena. Here is Parkash into the gully. Was looking for the run of mate who didn't make it. A slow passing build up. Just playing the ball to feet inside their defense. And when they cross the halfway line, the likes of Puneet and Arbash looks to pull the strings, play that clever ball between the lines to nullify the pressure. And the way they stamped their authority in the second half is commendable. It's been a one-way traffic. The second 45. Christian Zwala though scoring against the run of play. But Classic Football Academy are the side who are well in control of this game. Samson. Benjoy will get there first. A fine covering from the number 10. Who's been involved mostly in terms of defending. No wonder it should have been the other way around. Bhaskar Chetri. And now finally into some space is Zwala. Zwala who's with the ball in. And no one in red present in the box. Slightly impatient from the attacker. Got to hold up play and wait for his supporting players to get into their respective positions. Sai Len seems like he's the one getting ready. Making his fourth substitution, Rajneesh Chetri. And that's it for Haukip in this competition. Shouts of man on very quickly from the technical area. Almost forced into mistake Benjoy by that run from Gogocha. Stealing the ball, coming in from behind. Communication is so key in defense. Just buying some important minutes here. Classic Football Academy. But just keeping the ball and playing it from side to side. Winning is going to be the first motto, or rather than making the score line 5-1 or 6-1. Oh, that's a free kick for Classic Football Academy. Just handled the ball outside the 18-yard box. Akash. His errors have really made all the difference in this game. 3 shirts in yellow on top of the ball. Seems like involved in a round table conference. But the number 7, Gogocha, he has his sight set on the top corner. It's Puneet. Layoff for Gogocha. Ricochets off the wall. He'll get another bite of the cherry. And the offside flag is up. This is where they got to mature. Probably something which goes away with age. And the manager's call goes unheard. With every game we keep comparing Rajneesh Chetri and how he's done a great job. But we expect them to somehow, even as fans of Indian football and fan of the great story that Himalaya is writing, there may be a situation where they could crash and burn with many changes. But what a way to jail them together. They must not have thought at the beginning of the tournament that they would come this far. Lot of positives to take from this tournament for them and turn it into learnings for the future. Is Arbash. He looked slightly hesitant. Gogocha on that occasion. Tarun. In steps. Yaifa. And there he is. Going past the first marker. What a stray pass. Mate from deep. Scoops it into the path of Christian. Holding their line very well. The young defenders of Classic Football Academy has robbed him of the ball. Here comes Himalayan. A no-nonsense clearance. And not keeping the ball for too long inside their own half. Classic. While getting into their defensive transition. And they rather rely on prompt clearances. A safety first approach. And the game awareness also comes from knowing your teammates very well. Where they'll move, the traits, where they like the ball into the feet or on the head. Classic Football Academy has been on a roll since joining the tournament this season. Some brilliant performances. These days it's becoming important, and not just with defenders but also with goalkeepers, that your distribution is good. It's not enough to just tackle and head it. You need to pass the ball as well. And now it's a regular thing to see. If there is a centre back who can put in a perfect ball from behind, what it means, the fullbacks of the opposing side always have to stay behind, stay aware, and rather than to commit themselves from coming forward. And now here comes Himalayan, lacking in intensity in terms of moving the ball forward. All the moves getting quite predictable. And now playing in the number 30, the flag has stayed down. This is looking good from Classic Football Academy. Arbash with the ball in. Has gone out of play. Too much swerve and dip on it. A regulation time of less than 4 minutes remaining. We are into the closing embers of the game. And Classic Football Academy with 1 foot into the final spot. Or will there be a late comeback into this game? Not much time left for Himalayan Football Club. They need to conjure up something. They need to grind out some kind of positivity. Classic Football Academy just trying to keep them away from the ball as much as they can. Just hitting it around. A good spell of possession this. Yards ahead of Abash.
Match check.
The Hero Under-17 Youth Cup 2022-23, a glut of goals that defined the group stages of the tournament. And the Punjab State FA Under-17 team scoring the most of any team in the competition. And their 20 goals in 4 games is 3 more than Garhwal and 4 more than Sudeva Delhi. Sudeva 16 though have come in a mere 3 games. Their goals per game are whooping 5.33, a far superior to all else. Mutut Football Academy leading the fair play charts in this tournament, having gathered just a single yellow card in group stages. Rajasthan have been among the worst, collecting 8 yellow cards in their 4 games. None of the 60 qualifiers have had a player sent off, apart from one in the first quarter-final. Gandhinagar player was sent off. A couple of changes getting ready.
Man on. Man.
Gocha. They've been relentless. They are a highly attacking team. Very fluid front three.
Press.
Very difficult to anticipate which player would move into which position. When it comes to moving the ball around, a lot more fluid and smooth.
Man on, Tarun.
As I've said, they stay together, train together, and that defines on the pitch. Meanwhile, this was a fine ball, a slip through. A timely tackle on Silen. A corner for Himalayan. Getting plenty of numbers back behind the ball. The team in yellow. Oh, getting the shot away. And that was a good take from Suraj.
Team back.
Nice effort as well from Silen. Very difficult to pull those off. Set up perfectly for him on the rise. Couldn't catch it properly. Mate has got space down the left, deciding to go through the middle. Easily blocked by the classic defense. A minute and a half of regulation time left. Gogocha. He's been the game changer in the second half. Just off his boots and then stuck his arms. A handball. Classic Football Academy. Just a minute away from history. A misplaced pass. Not interested in throwing on a counter though. A very matured gameplay from these young kids. A lot to learn for the senior players as well. The quality of football in this tournament has been absolutely superb. The referee just checking his watch. About 20 seconds left. The countdown begins on the Classic Football Academy bench.
Team back.
This might well be the last move of this game. A low cross. Just didn't reach. The number 20. Anytime there's going to be the final whistle. And there it comes from Mr. Samson Raj. So Classic Football Academy becomes the first team to enter the semi-final of the Hero Under-17 Youth Cup 2022-23. And they beat Himalayan FC Kinnaur by 3-1. A hiss and a shiver of expectation in the torchlight of the torchbearers. A rivalry that dictates the drama of youth football. Wonderful scenes here. A big win for Classic. And who could have written this script better than their number 7 Gogocha. Rajneesh Chetri has realized, it has dawned on him, and that it is never easy. And Classic Football Academy will hope that this is not a false dawn. These are the highlights of this game. A few cynical challenges. And that is bound to happen in a game like this. And this is how it all started. Zahir changing the score line on the 38th minute mark via this free kick from Arbash. And that is how the first half ended, 1-0 in Classic's favour. They started the second half in a different fashion, in a much attacking mode. This is how they netted the second one. Arbash and the number 7 Gogocha combining on that occasion. Gogocha producing the third one as well. And then Himalayan Football Club against the run of play via Mate's cross, pulling one back to make the scoreline look respectable. But that wasn't enough for them to avoid defeat. So at full time here at the Deccan Arena, it's Himalayan FC Kinnaur 1, Classic Football Academy 3. Thank you so much for joining us, and goodbye.